I don't like breaking out into an oil slick after like a couple of hours of putting on my makeup. So I really want to use primers that are going to lock everything in. I've been really into Danessa Myricks as of late, and I have actually both of her primers, both the blurring balm and the water powder serum, and I thought I'm going to combine them together and see how powerful they are together in keeping my face matte with an extremely dewy foundation that I like to use a lot. So I've given the primers a lot of time to set, and I'm now going to go in with the Mcgrath Skin Sublime foundation. As I said, this is a very watery, very dewy formula, so if there's anything that's going to put it to the test, it's this, and then I can finish the rest of my makeup. You can see I already pretty much did most of my eye makeup. I just got to do some fixing here and there and put on some mascara, and I'll be good to go. But I feel like I've given, you know, the primers enough time, and now I just have to find a foundation brush. Go in with my Real Techniques Expert face brush, and I'm just going to smear all around in a dot, kind of in the center of my face. And then just blend out as best as I can. I figure I want to use these with more dewy products so that you can just have a nice satin finish and not break out in an oil slick. I break out heavily after a few hours. Today I really don't have much going on, but I am planning to film more content along with a few errands, so that will keep me busy for a bit. So again, it will put a lot of stuff to the test. But that is the main idea. So I pretty much finished up my full look, and I'm just going to lock in everything with my setting spray. So I'm using Miss Thing from R.E.M. Grande, just all over my face. And then that is going to be the absolute last thing I do, and I'm not going to touch up at all. So it's several hours later. It's actually approximately 9:03 right now at night, and I've had it on for at least a good 5 hours. And this is my result. I did not touch up at all. The last clip you saw me with, I was just using my setting spray, my mist thing from R.E.M. Beauty, and I had my errands. I did some other filming on the back end, and I ate, and yeah, this is what the final result is. So definitely together, the Yummy Blurring Balm along with the water powder serum, it's like an unbeatable combo. So I think it looks really, really great. Like in real life, without like the super hot, intense beaming lights, it looks almost like the makeup didn't budge. I gotta put on some gloss, sorry. That's better. I just think it looks phenomenal. I think if I were to test this a little bit longer and was to have like a super late night and like went to, you know, a jazz bar or something and dance a little bit, sweated it out a little bit more, I think it would still look pretty immaculate. So it is a really hefty price point, especially if you are a Canadian buyer of Danessa Myricks products. In Canada, these are at least $50 a pop, which is a lot of money, and I believe in the States they're about like $38 to $40, so they're really an investment as far as primers. But I do think they perform well. On their own, they're pretty good. I do tend to like the feel and the texture of the water powder serum, but together they really are locking your makeup in. And I think this is proof of it because I'm using a very, very dewy foundation. As I said, I was doing errands, I was filming multiple videos, and I had all these hot lights on me, and I think, in my humble opinion, the makeup still looks pretty damn good. Not a ton of oil breakthrough. At most, I just had my glasses on and there was just like a little bit of makeup that came off on like the rim of my glasses. But outside of that, the makeup pretty much held together, and I'm very, very impressed. So let me know your thoughts. Have you used any of Danessa Myricks primers? What do you think of them? Do you prefer using one or the other? I think, as I said, both. They're pretty solid combo, and they are keeping you matte. Even with the dewiest foundations, it's keeping you pretty damn matte. I'm probably gonna test this combo again with a couple of my other go-to foundation and tints and see how they play out. And absolutely, once I can get my hands on the Danessa Myricks spray, the setting spray, I'm absolutely going to try that out on this channel. But definitely let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section, and until the next video.